Hey, it's Melanie Taylor.
And it's Bubba.
And you're listening to Bubba Show.
That's right, Bubba Show in the morning. Hits all day, 100.7 Star.
You may recognize the energetic voice of Pittsburgh radio star Melanie Taylor. She always seems happy and upbeat during her morning drive show on Star 100.7. But her voice changes when she talks about her dad, Edward V. Monahan, who died suddenly of a heart attack in 2014.
What was he like as a father? How did he shape you?
Well, my father, and my mom and I still talk about this to this day, one of the best listeners, which I think was so amazing as a teacher and a guidance counselor. If you would go to him with a problem, he'd be so pensive, he'd listen, he never interrupted, he never gave what he thought you should do. He made you talk it out, and in some way, always gave the best advice.
Her mother, Virginia Monahan, a parishioner at Epiphany of Our Lord Parish in Monessen, says that faith has helped her cope with losing the love of her life.
He passed away on a Saturday in August, and the next morning Melanie and I didn't miss Mass, although we were devastated and wrecked. We sat in the back, we bawled our eyes out the whole Mass.
Why was it important to you to go that very next day to church?
We never miss Mass. We attend Mass weekly, and sometimes I do daily. I was just so devastated. We felt we needed to go that day to ask God for some guidance.
And through God's guidance, they decided to start the Edward V. Monahan Charitable Youth Foundation, which provides educational and recreational opportunities to children who may otherwise not be able to afford it.
I think because of what a good person he was, I just didn't want that to be over. You know, he left us on this earth, and nobody will be able to experience his goodness and his compassion. So I thought, why don't we start a foundation to help disadvantaged kids? Because he's taught mostly the disadvantaged kids, but it has just been such a blessing and a joy.
How do you find out who needs the help?
Well, we see things that are advertised, like for instance, in this pandemic, we know that a lot of disadvantaged kids don't have the access to a computer that they would need. And so we searched around with a few Valley schools, Belle Vernon, Monessen, and his school district. And yes, they told us they are in need. Some kids are in need of some computers. So we just purchased computers. We're always open to suggestions. You know, I often think too, what he would say during this coronavirus pandemic. And you know what he would say to me? We have to maintain our faith. What else do we have?
Edward V. Monahan's spirit lives on through the work of his family and foundation. They continue to search for ways to help during the isolation of the coronavirus. To find out more information about the Edward V. Monahan Charitable Youth Foundation, visit their Facebook page. In Monessen, Westmoreland County, I'm Jordan Wyko.